Members of BFW, what is up? This is Pepto Bismol casting you only the greatest hits from our Grand War versus Baliase, probably from Bali, perhaps. Anyway, let us say the words. Hail Lord Bear, hail the great leader. His will is eternal. He is eternal, and his will shall be done through BFW. So, I think we've been on a bit of a losing streak team, but I think this war felt a little bit different for us. I mean, previously we've just been in these 20 versus 20, 25 versus 25, just complete beatdowns. But it's nice to see, a lot of full strength here. I mean, I think that there's a lot of forces at play here that are kind of frustrating us right now. The first of which is that, you have these ultra clans where they basically, if they're not winning wars, they're disbanding. And then also, you kind of have maybe like a huge skew towards offense, basically. I mean, it's just kind of uncanny to see so many 3-stars up and down. Let's take a look at our defensive all-stars here. I think Kevin has always done a very good job, kind of deploying this very good channel around his town hall, in addition to kind of a 50-50 Sophie's choice of CC versus Eagle Artillery. And so what do? You try to swing in through the bottom. It's not easy. He's got Teslas there. You try to trigger a CC pull, but it's very well defended. And if you can try to get away with a Weibo without pulling the CC, but I mean you basically have to choose, right? If you get a late CC on a Weibo, you got to save spells for it, versus his Eagle, which I think is obviously it's just gonna wreck your shit no matter what. Tyler hanging in there really, again, with this really nice channel. I think what we're seeing is that these kind of channeled bases are really hot right now because the troop pathing is such that you have to really, really be sophisticated and know what you're doing in order to overcome these kind of channels. I'm personally going to go with the Joe Pavo base because this guy, I mean, look at this thing. This is a masterpiece. He's got these mega giant bombs. Do not forget to upgrade your giant bombs and your mini bombs. So he's got great trap placement. He's got a good distribution here, and I really like his Tesla box next to the CC pull. So if they're looking for an easy jump, all of a sudden they get screwed. Again, I think Joe Pavo's base has got a lot of things going for it, got a lot of nice touches there. I am personally going to copy that. All right, so let's take a look at what went well, what didn't go so well. Here we go. Big T up top, dropping 3-stars on their number one. So Thomas, of course, getting it done. Here he's going with the Weibo, which I think at the higher levels is pretty... Oh, he's got a very versatile, very nice little Weibo hit with lots of little nooks and crannies to it. All right, so there you go. He plays a siege engine, and he swings into the top. All right, so now he triggers the Eagle, but he hasn't really deployed the bulk of his bowler force. All right, takes a little bit of heat there. Gets the CC. CC goes down. So that's a real nice break. Yeah, there we go. Here come the core of the bowlers. Man, this is nice. So what you see here is Thomas deploying a multi-stage attack. Very well thought out. And then he's got enough troops to go through and just kind of adds in additional troops to continue to break through stuff. Saves a rage until the end here so his bowlers can break through the walls. Again, exposed bowlers really don't do that well, and they can't really break their own walls, so they do need some assistance there. But the flip side is, you get these level 20 Grand Wardens plus high-level bowlers, and you start to see that their HP is much higher, and they do have a little bit more durability relative to the rest of the troops. And there you go, Thomas's P.E.K.K.A. just really paying dividends for him there, getting a lot of damage. So... Again, I think the things that went right for Thomas here, he knew how much of a bowler stack was going to be effective, right? Like if you stack more than 6 or 7 bowlers, I mean, there's no point. Then you're just opening yourself up to AoE risk. So he deployed his bowlers in 3 stacks of like 6 or 5, and I think that was really the perfect magical number right there. Had a great spell trigger on his Grand Warden. Used his healers really well, got a lot of value out of those healers, and managed to avoid the Seeking Air Mines. I don't know if that was intentional, but either way, it was well done. All right, so here we go, Big Zeke. Big Zeke, always a bit of a wild card, gets a lot of heat Every 2 or 3 wars, Big Zeke will just have this breakout, absolute beatdown. So Big Zeke here, looks like he's got a couple heroes. He's gonna I think he's gonna try to build a funnel and then swing right up the gut. The exposed witches are kind of scaring me a little bit. Not gonna lie. Oh, there you saw my Clash Royale. By the way, if any of you guys want to join our Clash Royale clan, it's Good Knights. Andy and those dudes through Ragnar all run it. All right, so there we go. He's got a great spread, and the spread actually kind of maintains itself pretty well. Man, that was, I don't know if that was entirely intentional, but that true deployment was perfect because he gets a perfect sweep of 1, 2, 3. And actually, the forces break into perfect, pretty decent thirds. His witches going up the middle, providing a ton of meat. And what you see is that all those skellies are just eating up those single target defenses, allowing the bowlers to, have a little bit more survivability. His Grand Warden stays where there's the most HP, so keep in mind that again. I think it maybe follows the highest HP troop or just the total aggregate HP in its regular overall vicinity. But either way, Ezekiel is going to use his queen here just to basically power through and get this win. So this is a nice 3-star on a pretty tough base. I mean, you saw that they definitely had this preference towards maxing out for air, avoiding air. And overall, I think he did a truly fabulous job there. Halby, whatever. This was a close war, guys. I think that we look at these numbers that they put up and we're like, there's no way we could do that. But at the same time, 115 to 117 is pretty darn close. I don't think that's anything to be ashamed of. Zeke, dude. Yeah, this base is one that I struggled with, and I was definitely considering switching my base to this. Let's see how Zeke deals with it. Oh, he just giant slams it. He just giant slams the crap out of it. That's pretty great. All right, so here we go. Using the giant meat shield, slams into the base. He spreads out his giants enough so that they, that they don't really get picked off by AoE wizard towers as much. And then his bowler rage is really good. I think his patience on the spells right there was just really top notch. And then, eventually uses the P.E.K.K.A.s just to break into these boxes. So that's something to consider. If you take, P.E.K.K.A.s have been hot recently simply because they're so good at breaking walls. P.E.K.K.A.s lead the way, and you have a Weibo behind them. They kind of get lost in the shuffle, and they have relatively high HP, so they're durable. And then they can pop through walls easily and take out those final few compartments. So I think, P.E.K.K.A.s had kind of fallen out of the meta for a little bit, but you can obviously tell Supercell has a huge thing for them. And so, I would use that to your advantage. Maybe going with a P.E.K.K.A. In addition to the Weibo, definitely has a lot of staying power. And, I would I would look at these upper level strats, kind of see if that's something that you can mimic. Definitely at level 12, they have heat. So this is me pumping my army. Again, I just want to show off the Electroloon because at the lower levels, it just really gets the job done. Obviously, you're a little vulnerable to air, I think you're most vulnerable to air sweepers. Obviously, that's the number 1 and 2 thing you need to look out for here. But in a fairly compact base, without max air defenses, you can just rip through because you don't have to worry about the CC. And so what you can do is you can choose your attack angle based purely on the Inferno Towers and the air sweepers. Here I didn't do a great job with the funnel, and so a couple of my dragons got isolated. I think there's just a lot of stuff you need to get a sense for, like, how do I play my spells? Do I play my spells deep? Do I play them early? In this case, what I did was I was trying to be as patient as possible with my spells. I think, there's a fine balance between don't lose too many troops versus be as patient as possible. But in any case, let's check out a G-Force. Yeah, here we go. I'll play this one fast because we've seen this base get wrecked a bunch of times. But I think it's also very strong. I would encourage you guys to definitely copy one of these bad boys. So here we go. G-Force just ripping through everything. Lava Loon. That's nice. Yeah, he gets a good CC pull there. His hounds are still up. He notices the inefficiencies with the So I think with the channeling, he notices the inefficiencies with the air defenses. I think with these channeled bases, I think you got to go Lava Loon. They're so spread out that you end up the loons actually the loon pathing doesn't really get hit by the channel that badly, and so that may be where the solution lies. But either way, GeForce showing off some really nice stuff there. Oh, Igor doing really well. Let's just go down to the bottom and watch some of the. Oh yeah, here's Ryan. Oh man, big Ryan. Power. Oh yeah, doing this miner. Yeah, I love the miner hits. I used to run heavy miner for sure. I think again on a spread out base, it really does well. And let's see how he plays this one. Okay, so he gets a loon. Tries to get the loon pull. Tries to get the hog pull. Doesn't go. Ooh, this is nice. He's in trouble, so let's see how he gets out of this one. It's going to be a good hit. Okay, there we go. There's the pull. So Queen eventually gets deep enough for the pull, and he knows if you play miners and you haven't pulled a CC, like it's basically over. So you got to have a really solid CC plan, if not, a plan A and a plan B. And also the danger is keeping that Queen up. So his Queen is definitely in trouble. Oops, I'm losing a little internet there. So his Queen's in trouble, but yeah, I think stays up because the healers get back on her. And then, his miners take out the right side. His king is in there. And that's pretty much what I would describe as a textbook miner hit. That's great stuff all around. Oops, we lost connection. And my phone is frozen. All right, well, here we go. Reloading. All right, Supercell. Don't fail me now. Got to scope out a couple of the hits on the bottom. Welcome some of the new members. Of course, Chance. Welcome to Chance and all the new members coming in. I think, personally, I think bigger wars are more fun. That's just my preference. And so, I think at least once a month, if not twice a month, we'll try to do these kind of big grand wars. I know everyone's trying to get their heroes up. And I think that's great. And, the other half of it is, obviously, we're not like a super hardcore clan. We're not trying to say, like, don't do this or don't do that. Play the game the way you want to play it. But just be advised, if you level up more, you're going to have more responsibility in war, and certainly more is going to be expected of you. So, keep that in mind for sure. But obviously, upgrading is like the whole point of the game. So, I think it's good to be strategic about how you upgrade, and try to play the meta. Because, Supercell's always tweaking it, and I feel like every time they make a war tweak, we get screwed. But anyway, so here's Benny Blanco trying to rip through. And, okay, here come the... Whoa. So he's doing an undefended... Oh, there we go. His hounds came in late. That was actually pretty good. I really liked his timing on that. That was really nice. And he's got a really... he's going into this kind of spread out base. He senses its inefficiencies. He got the CC pulled down. He's still got hounds up. Benny Blanco going with a really nice hit there. And he's got a little golemite. Oh, he had a golem in the... golem in the siege engine. That's a little interesting trick. I don't know how I feel about that. 50-50, I think. Jury's still out, but certainly in this case, it absolutely worked. He's got so many hands left over. Yeah, he basically could have just, done anything there and gotten away with it. All right, let's see. Let's try to meet some new people. Chance I've already... Oh, here, Velocity Shard. Velocity Shard, very active in the chat. We appreciate that. Interesting here. Oh, yeah, so Electro Dragon Loon. This is kind of like the budget Electro Loon, where he actually just uses straight-up lightning. That's it. That's pretty good. So his CC... looks like his air defenses were clustered such that he could just power through. Well, I think if you can kind of get that play, go for it, man. Velocity Shard, sensing an inefficiency in the base, just playing it as hard as he can, gets an Electro Dragon in the CC. I really like it. In general, I favor spell, like, rage and heal, probably like a 3 rage, 1 heal for this kind of dragon attack. But, if you got that base inefficiency where you can just rip their air defenses with straight up lightning, then go for it, my man. Go for it. All right, let's get some V. Oh no, LB Cali. We've got a lot of V Dog. There's a lot of Igor, Heat. Oh, here we go. This is a interesting decision to go minor, in my opinion, on this one. So he's trying to get the CC pull there. Oh, he gets the CC pull. All right, so how's he going to deal with this? So troops are out, and here comes the Queen Walk. I wonder why. Oh, I guess he was trying to avoid the Expo. He could have Queen Walked to the south, maybe. But then he would have come under fire from a lot of stuff and had to pop a rage. So, 50-50 there, LB Cali. I like your side pull. Okay, so here come the miners. Interesting, and then a whiz back? Miner straight up with a whiz chaser? I've never seen this before. This is interesting. So miners come in, they get decent penetration. Most of his stuff is fairly under-leveled. Good heal, great heal placements, very patient, lots of coverage. I think he gets great value out of that heal, especially that heal down south. And then rages into his DPS core, also down south. Rages and then drops them. Oh yeah, there's the rage in the middle. So, I think obviously you need to hit the rage in the middle. That's the most important. Once you get into the core, you're going to obviously start taking fire from the opposite side. And I think it's just absolutely crucial that you... Oh, are those bowlers in the CC? Nice. That's what I do. Yeah, bowlers in the CC, man. That's what I do on minor hits. I don't know why. I just kind of got a taste for it. Obviously, things change with the Siege Engine. I ended up going Giants. But overall, a great hit. I think he really got... What you see there is value out of the spells. I think that made the difference here. So spell value for LB Cali. And, overall good minor placement. I really liked that. The minor deployment. It was fast. It looked good. It was very clean. So all in all, good stuff. All right, team. Well, we'll take a look at the war details last but not least. I think it's good to go for defensively. I think this is just what we need to do. I mean, we're getting 3-starred on the first shot. I mean, look at that. Thomas, Halby, Duranji, Dunbar. They all got 3-starred on their first hit. I just don't even know defensively what adjustments to make. Kevin was a tough nut. Tyler didn't get hit too much. And then everybody went after Joe Pavo. I mean, holy crap. They just could not figure that base out. So Joe Pavo obviously winning defensive player of the century or whatever. Going through, Chance had a great 3-star on a cleanup. Big T, obviously, with the number 1 3-star on their number 1. Zeke, doing well with a double 3-star there. So, obviously, great stuff. Again, I encourage everyone to get all their hits in. Cloud, Allridge, make sure you get your hits. But otherwise, again, great job, everybody. We'll go back to our regularly scheduled war, make your upgrades and all that stuff. But good hunting out there. Pepto out.